Hey guys, sup? Cardmaster Phoenix here, bringing you guys in our Cardfight Vanguard area deck profile. This time it'll be for my Extreme Battler deck. There is some kind of unique tweaks to this deck, just like I've made in every deck. But anyway, let's just go ahead and hop into it. So, for the starter, I'm running the new Extreme Battler Vic Head. I realize some people don't like that one. I realize a lot of people prefer either Rumball or much more commonly actually the other starter, Cabtron, that everyone seems to use still. But personally, and this one's just a joke, nobody uses this one. But um, personally, I prefer Victed just because there's actually a unique combo where I was in it with last time, where I had Extreme Battler Victor on my Vanguard circle, and then I had my Extreme Battler Victor on the rearguard circle with Victed behind him, and then I strode into my Meteor Kaiser Victor for that turn, and of course that has multiple effects going off at once. That had that had Hyper Battler Victor's skill going off, Meteor Kaiser Victor's skill himself, and of course it also triggered the effect of the rearguard Victor and the no, it was two Hyper Battler Victors. I'm sorry. It triggered the rearguard Hyper Battler skill as well as Victed's skill. So that's just a nice little chain of events for you there. Basically, you attack with the rearguard first for 16, of course, and then you attack with the Vanguard, apply whatever power bonuses, and then Victory stands with 5k. So that puts him at 16, and of course Victed stands as well, and that's 21. However, you can also use the skill of Victed if you wish to put him into Soul for 2k. And then as well as counter charge if you don't have any face-up cards in your damage zone. I definitely prefer Victed as my starter, more so than Cabtron or any other starter for Extreme Battler, but, you know, whatever. Moving on to the trigger lineup, I have 4 copies of Extreme Battler Kirk, obviously, just because he's the special crit trigger, archetype specific trigger, whatever you want to call it for it, so it's amazing, plus crits is crits. In addition to that, I'm running 4 Red Lightning, just because it's Red Lightning. And it's a free flip in the damage zone. All you gotta do is move it to the soul, which this deck can actually utilize fairly efficiently, so there's that. I'm running 4 copies of Extreme Battler Winning Beat Break. So this is one of the new units that we got. It's Rush Auto on Rearguard Circle Generation Break 1. Put this unit on the bottom of your deck. When this unit stands due to the effect of a card from one of your cards, you may pay the cost, and if you do, draw a card and choose one of your rearguards, stand it, and shuffle your deck. Which, of course, just is a rearguard stand skill off of an effect, meaning it will trigger something else, meaning it will trigger something else, meaning it will trigger something else, and so on and so forth. And then finally, we'll wrap up with trigger lineup and grid trigger lineup with 4 copies of Extreme Battler Gain Seal. This is really just for that Extreme Battler name. You can just as easily, you can just well easily play the other heal trigger, the bind one. I just prefer this one, because I'm running 4 Green Dreads, which admittedly I'm going to end up changing. But for now, I like this one, just because, again, it has the Extreme Battler name. And, again, I mean, you know, at the same time, you can use Arago if you want, but I just feel that this isn't really good if you're not running, like, you know, 4 copies of it. I'm sorry, Arago, but I don't know. I guess you can do that. Whatever. Moving on to grade 1 lineup. This is where my build differs from other people. Alright. So I'm running 15 grade 1s. I'm running 3 copies of Extreme Battler Bandit. Rush, auto in the rearguard circle when this unit stands due to an effect from one of your cards. If you have a Vanguard Victor in its card name, until end of turn, this unit gets auto in the rearguard circle. Put this unit into your soul. When attack hits a Vanguard during the battle, this unit attacked or boosted. You may pay a cost, and if you do, choose one of your other rearguards with the Rush ability and stand it. It's a pretty good card overall. It's probably going to be a backup ride target, whereas this one would be an ideal main ride target, which is 4 copies of Extreme Battler Mariaki. So continuous in the rearguard circle, generation break 1. If you have a Vanguard Victor in its card name, all your other units in the same column as this unit get rush and auto in the Vanguard or rearguard circle. When this unit stands due to an effect from one of your cards, until end of turn, this unit gets auto on the Vanguard or rearguard circle. When this unit's attack hits a Vanguard, when this unit's attacks a Vanguard, choose up to 2 of your units, and they both get plus 4,000 power until the end of the turn, which is very nice. It's nice that it doesn't have to hit, it just has to attack, and just the 8k to the column is nice. So there's that. And just in general, it's, in my personal opinion, I prefer this one to this one, the Gunstone. Gunstone. I know I'm in the minority with that, but I personally like it a bit more. That is to say, though, Gunstone is an amazing card. I'm not hating on him at all. Giving your entire field resist is amazing. Don't get me wrong there. But at the end of the day, I just prefer Mariaki. If you want to, you can cut Banjet for this guy. Personally, I just prefer the setup I have going on right now. 4 copies of Extreme Battle Arashi, just because it works so well, not only for Stride Fighter, but also since our entire deck is Victor, the grade 3 lineup. 4 copies of Extreme Gachi Battle, just because it's pretty much the best perfect guard, honestly, in this clan, especially for Extreme Battlers. I mean, it's just so good. I've had a game where my Hyper Battler Victor could intercept for 10k, and that literally was the difference between giving me an extra turn and losing straight on the spot, which is nice. So that's it for my grade 1 lineup. Moving on to my grade 2s. I'm playing 10, which is a relatively low amount, I'll admit. So I'm playing 2 copies of Extreme Bio Shazanda. I still believe you should play this guy. This guy's an amazing card. I mean, he really is. So auto in the rearguard circle, generation break 1. When this unit stands due to an effect from one of your cards, this unit gains plus 5,000 power until the end of the turn. So he's 14 on his own when he stands. Not to mention he's supported by Mayaki, which is 21, and it's 25 and 29 once he gets the power bonus. And I mean, God forbid you get stand trigger, it's 34 if you hit 2. So that's just amazing, honestly. It's just a large column, and it's just an amazing card. Moving on, we have 4 copies of Extreme Battler Arboreal. This card's pretty simple, but at the same time pretty nice. Auto Generation Break 1, Counter Blast 1, and Soul Blast 1. When this unit is placed in the rearguard circle, if you have a Vanguard Victor in its card name, you may pay a cost, and if you do until end of turn, this unit gets plus 1,000 power and auto in the rearguard circle once a turn. When this unit attacks a Vanguard and it hits, choose up to one of your other rearguards, stand it, and that unit gets plus 5,000 power until the end of the turn. So this combos off very well with our next unit, which is 4 copies of Extreme Battle Gosachi, which is pretty much the best grade 2 in the entire deck, if not the entire clan. So, continuous on the rearguard circle. If you have a Vanguard Victor in its card name, this unit gains continuous on the rearguard circle resist, and auto on the rearguard circle once a turn. Now last one, when this unit attacks, you may pay the cost, and if you do, choose one of your other rearguards and stand it. And rush, auto on the rearguard circle once a turn, generation break 2. When this unit stands due to an effect from one of your cards, this unit gains plus 7,000 power until end of turn, making it 16k on its own. So it's really just a better Shazanda, and also it's just such a good card in general. It really is. You can get this guy to 21, swing for 28. If you have a trigger, it's 33. It's just so very good. I have no idea why you wouldn't run this at 4. Moving on, to the grade 4. The grade 3 lineup. I'm running 8 grade 4s. Oh my goodness, I'm running 8 grade 3s. 4 copies of Extreme Battler Victor. This was after 10 to 12 test games. Um, I'm I'm sorry to all the Victor fans. I've tried so hard to use the original Victor. I swear to you, I have. It's just I don't think this guy is. I don't want to say he's not that good. Um, because he was good back before Zubat. I was even using Victor and Hyper Battler Victor in unison because they were both Victor units. I'm I'm just afraid that he's not really cutting anymore. First of all, Hyper Battler Victor is just a straight upgrade from Extreme Battler Victor, and honestly, Zubat Battler Victor is just better. Um, I mean, I'll give it one more game, in my next Cardfight Vanguard Area Adventures video, but really, I swear I'm about to cut the Extreme Battlers for the Zubat Battlers, and that will be the end of that. But anyway, so auto on the Vanguard Circle, Generation Break 2. When this unit attacks a Vanguard, this unit gets plus 5,000 power until the end of the battle. And choose one of your rear guards, stand it, and that unit gains plus 5,000 power until the end of the turn as well. Also on the Vanguard Circle, during your turn, when your unit strikes, choose your Vanguard, and until in the turn that unit gets auto in the Vanguard Circle, count +1. When this unit attacks the Vanguard and it hits, you may pay the cost if you do. Choose one of your rear guards, stand it, and then it gets plus 5,000 power until the end of the turn. That ability cannot be used for the rest of that turn. Is it good? Sure, because admittedly that's 21 on its own, 28, and then again it's 34 to 39, whatever. With the Golsachi combo. It's just, I think I could do better with this deck if I was running Zubat Battler Victor. I know for a fact I have at least 3 losses out of the games I played. I lost one to Messiahs, one to Chaos Breaker, and I think another one to Ghidorah. I don't know. I just don't really know what to say. It's not that this card's bad. It's just it got power creeped out of existence, in my opinion. So if I ever do an updated deck profile, or maybe even after recording, I'll probably I'm just telling you guys now because I'm not gonna make a whole nother video about it. I'm probably gonna switch out these for these. You know, I mean, what I'll just do it right now. What's Hyper Battler Victor do? Again, I forget. I'm sorry. So Hyper Battler Victor, Rush, Auto on the Vanguard of Vanguard Circle Generation Break 2. When this unit stands due to an effect from one of your cards, all the units in your front row gain plus 2,000 power until end of the turn. I'm sorry, all of the units, not all other units. So if this guy stands at 16, 18 automatically, that can be swinging 30, which is nice. If you have a trigger and the Mariaki behind him. It's just a very good card, honestly. It's super good. And auto on the Vanguard Circle during your turn when each unit strikes, choose one of your Vanguards, and until the turn it gets auto on the Vanguard Circle once your turn Soul Blast 1. When this unit attacks and it hits a Vanguard, you may pay the cost, and if you do, choose one of your rear guards to the rush ability and stand all your rear guards in the same column as that unit. So if you have Hyper Battle or Victor on both your Vanguard and rear guard circle and Victor on the rear guard circle, with Mariaki behind Victor, basically, you're gonna swing in with Victor. You're gonna swing in with the rear guard Victor, supported by Mariaki first for 18. We'll just say they throw it on a 10 and guard it, and then they'll also perfect guard your Vanguard or whatever they use to get rid to nullify the attack. We'll just say. So there's that, right? Use Victor's skill. You Soul Blast 1, and oh my god, YouTube is just honestly just stop. I swear I need to disable notifications whenever I start recording. But anyway, turn the turn it gets on. Yeah, I already read that part. So basically, you just swing in, and they're gonna guard it somehow. I don't care. It's just an example. Play along. and you're gonna stand both of them, and then Victor's gonna give 2k to the front. The rear guard of Victor's gonna give 2k to himself and the Vanguard. Not that it matters. And boom. Then you have Victor at 13, and then you have him at 20 once Mayaki supports him. If you hit, we'll just say you get pretty lucky and you hit 2 triggers. That's 30k, and that's amazing. God forbid you have Golsachi, then it's just insane, honestly. But yeah, there's that. That's just a little combo I like to do. For Zubat Battle Victor, his skills are Auto on the Vanguard Circle, count +1. When your G-Unit stride, you may pay a cost, and if you do, draw a card, choose a card from your hand, and call it to Vanguard Circle. Choose one of your units, and it gets Auto until end of the turn. Auto on the Vanguard or Rearguard Circle once a turn. When this unit attacks and hits, choose one of your other rear guards and stand it. And auto on the rear guard circle at the end of the turn. If the number of face-up cards in your damage zone is 1 or less, countercharge 1. If the number of cards in your soul is 1 or less, soul charge 1. And if you countercharge and soul charge, draw a card. So it's just helping with the card advantage. It's just very nice. It's actually very, very close to being... Well, actually, I think it might be slightly better than the Hyper Battler version of Victor. I'm not really sure. But yeah, there's that. Is it the best card? No, by no means, but it's probably the best Victor, and probably by really no contest, the best card in the deck. That's it for the Great Threes. Move on to a Stride Zone slash G Zone. We're running 2 copies of Meteor Kaiser Victor. This is really just a staple in whatever. This is just a staple part of the Victor engine in literally whatever deck you're using that's Nova Grappler. I mean, it doesn't really matter. Even Nova Grappler Beast Deities could use this. You don't really need 4 copies. It's a bit excessive, but you'll want at least 2 copies because he comes in pairs of 2. Because he, first off, has a stride text, but activate on the regular circle once a turn. Just a face down card, name this card from your G-Zone and Persona flip it. Until end of turn, this unit gets auto on the regular circle, and this unit attacks, hits a Vanguard. Choose one of your rear guards, stand it, it gets plus 5,000 power. Until end of turn, auto on the Vanguard circle. Generation Break 3, when this unit attacks a Vanguard, shift one of your rear guards, stand it, and gains plus 5,000 power until end of turn. So that's 10,000 power to the column. And, of course, that's a restanded column as well. So that's 17, 16, 21. That's 33. That's 38, 43 if you hit 2 triggers. And it's just a huge column that they probably won't be able to guard. Most certainly without a G guard or 2. And it's just very nice. Again, I'd get upset, but that's actually a comment. But whatever. Anyway, I swear, YouTube, dude. Why is it whenever I start recording, everybody's always got something to say? But anyway, whatever. Nice to meet you, fan of my channel. 2 copies of Meteor Kaiser Victor Plasma. This is just more so my tech for the deck. So activate on the random circle. Hellboss 2 and choose a face-down copy of this card from your G-Zone and Persona flip it. If the number of face-up cards in your G-Zone is 2 or more, until end of turn, this unit gets -1 drive and auto on the Vanguard circle. Choose 2 cards from your hand and discard them. At the end of the battle, this unit attacked the Vanguard. It doesn't have to hit. You may pay the cost, and if you do, stand this unit. This ability cannot be used for the rest of that turn, and even if you do not pay the cost, hang on. It cannot be used for the rest of that turn, and it's gotta say something else, honestly. Why is my phone about to die? That's sweet. It's text. What? 297? Oh, okay. Alright, let me get rid of this. Sorry, fam. Even if you don't pay a cost, spell cannot be used for the rest of that turn. Anyway, there's that. So yeah, I guess it's an alternative if you don't feel like using Victor for some reason, but it's there, whatever. We're also running 3 copies of Favorite Champ Victor, just because he's Favorite Champ Victor. This guy is just, First off, it's a stride text and auto on the regular charcoal generation break 2. Counter blast 2. Just a card from your hand and discard it. At the end of the ballot, this unit attack. You may pay a cost, and if you do, ship the same number of your rear cards. That's the number face up cards in your G zone and stand them. If you're at GB, you don't screw GB5. You need GB4. If you have GB4, you're golden. If 3 or more units were stood with this effect, choose 3 cards from your hand and you may discard them. If you discard 3 cards, countercharge 1, stand this unit, and it gets to drive -2 until end of turn. Oh my god. If I ever come across someone who decides that they want to be at GB5 and use this and restand their entire field, I will scoop the game and punch them in the face and leave and never come back. I swear to God. Anyway. Don't get me wrong, this card's amazing. And it's hypocritical. I don't mind using it against people, but I hate when it's used against me. Yeah, I get it. Hypocritical, but whatever. I don't care. We also have 4 copies of 1 Enchant Victor. First off, it's Stride Text and Auto in the Vanguard Circle. Soul Boss 1, choose a face down card from your G7 and turn it face up. When your rear guard stands, you may pay the cost, and if you do that unit, in this unit, both gain +5 on power until the end of the turn. And Auto in the Vanguard Circle. Generation Break 3. At the end of the battle, this unit attacked. It doesn't have to hit. Draw a card. Choose one of your opponent's rear guards with the least power and retire. Dude. Oh, that's actually a nice channel. I actually like it. But anyway, whatever. But yeah, there's that. If you want to, this guy can be like your first stride, since it's got Victor in the name without having to have the heart count as Victor, but whatever. It's either gonna be this guy or Meteor Kaiser Victor. It's your choice, really. But whatever. And we also have Stark at 1 copy because it's Stark. And honestly, I'd say play 2 Gandred and 2 Uniol. Or 1 Uniol and 1 Blue Prison. But yeah, for the G Guardians, just play. I was playing 4 Gandred because I was playing 4 Ganseal, but just play 2 copies of Meteor Kaiser Uniol and 2 copies of Meteor Kaiser Gandred. Uniol's skill is G Guardian text, and auto initiation is placed on the Guardian Circle. If you know face up cards in your damage zone, counter charge 2, instant gains +5 and shield until the end of the battle. And auto initiation is placed on Guardian Circle. If you have no cards in your soul charge 2, initiation gains +5 and shield until the end of the battle. So it's nice. It's very nice. And then, of course, you have Meteor Kaiser Gandred. Trap up the entire deck will fall. Auto, Generation Break 1, choose a face down, G-Guard from G0 turn it face up. When this unit is placed in the Guardian Circle, you may pay the cost if you do. Choose one of your Vanguards, and until end of turn, it gets auto on the Vanguard Circle. At the end of the battle, this unit attacked. If the attack did not hit, counter charge 1. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed. Thank you guys so much for watching. I've been your host, Master Phoenix, signing out. See you guys next time. Have a good one.